After first points, first podium and the first win in F2 in Australia, and a wet to dry chaos race in Imola resulting in us getting our second podium, we have gone to Monaco and finished on the podium once again. But now let's head to the first race of this episode, Spain.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. We're counting down to the start of today's race and you can feel the excitement in the air. This promises to be a real spectacle. It's back to the future for the F2 drivers today. We welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector. It will shorten lap times and reduce the length to 2.9 miles, 14 turns. This was the original setup of the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. And here are the driver grid positions for today's race. Nielsen lines up on pole position, with Théo Pourchaire starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Vesti, Martins, Ollie Behrman and de Reuveler, Hauger, Fittipaldi, Leclerc, Jack Doohan, Miney, Novalak, Richard Verschoor, Zane Maloney, Awassa, Cordial, Hadjar, Jack Crawford, Benavides, Stanek, Nissani and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. It is the Formula 2 race. It is time to introduce you to Alex Brundle. I'm Alex Jakes, and we've got changeable weather out there today. That's making for some nervous team personnel down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
Well, uncertainty is what strategy's all about, but it absolves the teams from the responsibility of running both compounds of tyre. They might have to use that wet tyre, of course, and then the question is, where do those crossovers lie between the wet and dry conditions?
The formation lap gets underway for this, the Formula 2 race, and each driver will no doubt be mindful of the wet surface as they prepare to race around the track.
We got pole. Everybody is starting on wet tires. Richard Verschoor is down in P13. But in these wet conditions, Spain will be more trickier, of course, but let's see what we can do. Tire strategy is the same for everyone. No one needs to stop in this race. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a shocking start. Théo Pourchaire will overtake us already. Victor Martins gets away with a start on us and will probably overtake us as well before turn 1. He will. But Théo Pourchaire will lead the drivers into the first corner with Victor Martins in P2 and Noah Nielsen rounding up the podium. But as you can see, we do have a lot of speed, so we'll probably get them quickly and see if we can break away from the cars behind us, because of course we took pole by almost 0.2 of a second, which is a pretty big gap in Formula 2. So yeah, let's see what we can do in Spain for round number 7. With top 10 it's Théo Pourchaire, Victor Martins, Noah Nielsen, Oliver Behrman, Dennis Hauger, Frederik Vesti, Jehan de Reuveler, Enzo Fittipaldi, Arthur Leclerc and Jack Doohan is the final point scorer. But let's see what we can do through the rest of this race. now at the end of lap 1, you can see how much pace we have compared to the other guys, and you can see how much of a pull how much more speed we get out of the final few corners, as we are right behind Victor Martins, gonna pull the outside of turn 1, which turns into the inside and then the outside again, but we make the move before we are in turn 2, and that results in us getting P2 and a step higher up on the podium. But now let's chase down Theo Porcher. Lap 2 going into lap 3, we get right on his gearbox, we take the slipstream, and yeah, Spain has terrible camera angles, I can't help with that. We're gonna pull along the right side of Theo Porcher, which turns into the inside, then outside, and then inside again. But Theo Porcher does not see position as easy as Victor Martins did, so we're gonna have to go side by side to turn 2 and a little bit to turn 3. But we make the move and now we lead the race. But here we have the onboard, as you can see, slipstream gonna pull to the right side. You don't get the pull anymore, and Theo Porcher is breaking away a little bit, but we brake later than him into turn 1, side by side still to turn 2. He has the inside, so he get a better exit than turn 3, and Theo Porcher gives up the position to me, and now we lead the race in lap 3 out of 13. But lap 6, here we ride along with Zane Maloney through sector 1. He is a little bit further behind, but he loses the car, he spins around, and he connects Amari Cordeal with him. And that would bring out the first ever red flag. And it's lights out and away we go for the second time in one race. We get a better start, but still not as good as Theo Porcher, which is already alongside of us side by side going into the first corner. We brake late once again and we're gonna go around the outside of Theo Porcher, a little bit of contact, but we are the championship rivals now, and let's see what we can do. We stay ahead into the second sector, into turn 4. We are now ahead once again, so that is of course the best news we can get. Lap 11 now, we ride along with Theo Porcher. As you can see, he is losing power, he is suffering an engine failure, his smoke coming out of the back of his car, and he will have to retire. So that is the end of Theo Porcher here in Spain, which means that our championship hopes are still alive, and of course our ideal result would be P5, but at the end of the lap we will win the Spanish Grand Prix with a big margin to P2 and take the championship lead.
He was touch and go for a while there, but Van Amersfoort have done it. Great win.
We've heard stories of drivers watching the race on the big screens while they're going around leading with that kind of advantage. I reckon that's what they were doing, you know, AJ.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one. This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Van Amersfoort are your winners here today.
After that incredible result, we of course finished first, Victor Martins second, then it's Oliver Behrman, Frederik Vesti, Dennis Hauger, Jan de Ruvla, Enzo Fittipaldi, Arthur Leclerc, Jack Doohan, Clement Overlak, Maini, Iwasa, Nissani, Fischer, Hajar, Crawford, Stanek, Boschung, Benavides, Cordial, Maloney, and Porcher has retired. But now, looking at the standings, you can see that we lead the standings by just 1 point. Victor Martens and Oliver Behrman are tied with 89 points for second and third place. Theo Pocher 8 points behind with 82 points. Jehan de Rouvela is still in the championship fight, as is Den Sauger, but for now we're leading the championship. And if we win, we'll probably get a seat in Formula 1 next year with one of the Mercedes Academy teams. After an absolute dominance in Spain, winning with the biggest margin we ever won by, we went to Austria. Sadly, we DNF'd in Austria, so starting from pole, so we did get 2 points, but behind the scenes, I have been talking to Toto Wolff and James Fowles for a possible seat next year, and we have gone out of agreement, and they have said that I am going to drive in Silverstone in FP1. So without any further ado, let's have a look at how my Formula 1 debut with Williams went. If you would please play along with the story and ignore that all of this is filmed. F124 with the 2024 liveries. I am playing and creating this whole story on a PlayStation 5, so I can't mod, but please just act along with the story. I won't be talking a lot as well, but I hope you just enjoy the video. Now we are going out for the first time ever in a Formula 1 car, seeing what we can deliver in terms of times. Hopefully we can get signed by Williams or even better Mercedes, maybe even Aston Martin, but they haven't been in talks with that just yet. So let's see what we can do. As you can see, I'm still uncomfortable in the car, really encountering some setup issues. For example, I am sliding everywhere, and that's not good, of course, because then I lose time. But I'm just going to do some track knowledge, and setup will come later on in the session. first lap in the Formula 1 car is coming to an end. Not a brilliant time, we're still sliding everywhere, especially to sector 2, but here you see lap 5 I believe it was, in the Formula 1 car, we just get zero traction, zero grip, and that's just not okay. But here we go again, we made some changes to the setup, but still we're sliding everywhere. We're on soft now, but still we are sliding everywhere, into box, into village, everywhere. Final few minutes in the session now, we are on new softs. We have changed the setup to our liking, as you can see. A bit more comfortable, still not fully comfortable. We are a bit more comfortable in the car, and with 3 minutes left we can do 2 more laps, and let's see where those laps would put us.
Thank you for the opportunity, boys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we finished in P11. Very good debut. But for now, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Next episode will be in Silverstone again, but this time with Formula 2. So I hope to see you then. But for now, goodbye.